welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends. We are playing Holler tonight. Chuck, what's on your background? You changed your background on me.
I did. I
it's
purchased my own Zoom account. So yeah, it's goats and then
nice.
Appalachian Hills.
Oh, okay.
It's themed for me.
Okay. I don't know what's going on because they still haven't updated like a lot of the Savage Worlds stuff for the new version of Foundry, but like I wasn't getting my sound effects weren't working. I'm not sure what's going on. Material deck is not working right now, so I'm trying to play the goat sound right now. And maybe it's just lagging. In like 15 minutes from now, we're going to be bombarded with 100 goats.
I heard it once.
It's going to startle the shit out of me.
That would be great.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Wait, okay. I still don't hear nothing. I'm so upset. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, we're playing Holler. We're continuing the usual stuff. Is that a Goatsy reference in the chat?
Maybe.
Okay. Blast from the past. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna continue our Blast Beta campaign. We are probably gonna be able to finish the current act. I think Act 4, which is dealing with the Sootstone Mountains, as we had a mine collapse that you're all trying to help out with. And yeah, why don't we do some intros and we'll get started. So Chuck, tell us about Double D.
This is me. Double D. Big little brother Cletus. A bunch of things. I got my goat Cletus and man.
Yeah. It didn't work. I have to do it manually now. I actually have to go into the menu. I feel like, oh gosh, can't just hit a button. I actually have to This is terrible. Okay, next up we got Dan in his third character for the campaign. Dan, tell us about your third character.
Yeah, it's doggone it. You know, I'm still kind of making up my mind on it. But he's our party's alcoholic. Pretty much.
Did you ever finish making him? Because you're a moonshiner, right?
Yeah, moonshiner. I've got an idea on it. I just never got it all plugged in, so I'm finishing it up here. Okay. But it's pretty much all statted out and everything. I just couldn't make up my mind on edges.
Nice. I mean, moonshiners are basically just another caster type, specific to the Holler universe. So that's cool. So, all right, and then so we've got moonshiner, which is unique to Holler, and then we've got Cletus, who's doing some gouger stuff, which is also unique to Holler. So Jeremy, tell us about Cletus.
Yeah, man, I'm playing Cletus. I'm Double D's big little brother. I did me some gouging, some nipple ripping. I'm like an Appalachian ninja. I'm here to help.
That is true. And you were like, you jumped into the water and stuff to save your brother last time. And then
yeah, man, I'm a big ass hero.
That is true. Good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Next up, bottom row, Melissa, tell us about Louisa Palmer.
So Louisa is our resident holy roller. She's been useful a couple of times in recent episodes simply for the fact that she's like the female of the group, because she was able to like go and kind of talk to the witches in a way that, because there were kind of a no boys allowed rule with a little like witch group, and kind of doing a little chatting up of some of the concerned wives and whatnot with this mind group. So, yeah.
And you're also, you're also a caster as well. You can cast things. You can heal people. You can relieve their fatigue. You can make a weapon shiny with smite. Yeah.
Sue the baby last episode. Provide a little relief to the mom.
Bananas. Oh, goodness. That was great.
Who would do that?
Who would, right? That was so funny. I'm starting to come back to me now. I remember I had to play a baby. That's right. Okay. Oh, goodness. The baby, and then I had to talk to myself with I'm your dead wife. And oh, man, this has been a weird campaign. Next up, we've got character Joe, played by player Bert. Bert, tell us about Joe.
Yeah, I'm Joe. I fix things real good, and I've newly discovered I'm really good at throwing knives.
Mm-hmm. And shooting guns, apparently, too.
Killing people
Anything really
seems to be a knack.
Yeah, killing does seem to come particularly easy for Joe. Who would have thought? That's great. And then
machines breaking bodies.
Yeah, that's true. And then we have Joe, player Joe, character Amian, joining us from a bed. Look at them all comfortable. Like, Joe, tell us about Amian.
I'm in a RV up in the forests of Idaho. Yeah, I'm playing Amian, who I built to be a skill monkey and Benny boy. I'll say that's my custom class. But yeah, last time he was super happy about managing to pull Cletus out of the water. That was like his accomplishment of several sessions, probably. He's still glowing about it. And yeah.
I mean, he's so. I mean, like Amian's a small kid. Cletus is the opposite of a small kid. So that's a pretty hefty feat. And yeah, that's pretty good. So last time, 20K channel points on a bet that player Joe falls asleep on the bed before the session is over. Oh, okay. We'll see. All right. So the last time, you all returned from your travels and met Ella May, kind of the sort of the leader of this resistance that you're a part of. You're kind of debriefing her on the Fiddlers Convention, killing Royce Whitaker, all the stuff that happened with Gilmer and Weird, and I think you brought back the Royce Whitaker's motorcycle. You returned your car that you were using to Moonshiner over in the Hogback Hills. Then you heard news that there was a mine collapse in Marrow, which is up in the Sootstones, and that she wanted you to go lend some aid because the Galloways, who are the big boy family that sort of functions up there, weren't going to mount a rescue. They were just going to kind of let it die and just kind of move on. That's it. They don't care if there's miners trapped. They didn't want to do anything. So this seemed like a good opportunity to win some hearts and minds and to save some people and all that kind of stuff. So you all headed up there. Along the way, you had an encounter with a massive snake in the Big Sandy River, which took a chunk out of Double D. Also, dog nearly drowned.
I took a swim. That's cool.
Just right off the bat, almost took him out. Eventually, you did prevail, but the snake got away. Further up the mountain, you had like this weird encounter with the sootstone moth, which is like this superstitious creature that is either a harbinger of like good fortune or bad fortune, and there's debate constantly over what that is. And some of you actually had a kind of a reinforcing, encouraging vision. Some of you had a very frightening or discouraging vision, and it kind of affected your bennies at the time mechanically. You made it to Marrow. In Marrow, you found a vigil outside of the mine where all these families and friends gathered. You met some people. You saw some folks you actually have met before. Cletus, you met Hetty Marlowe, who's the wife of an old traveling companion named Davy, who is trapped in the mine. You met his newborn daughter, nicknamed Bananas, who might grow up fatherless with a hell of an attitude. Or maybe not. Maybe Cletus can step in. I don't know. You all learned about a group called the Mighty Fists, which is this small organization that's trying to unionize miners, and there's some guy named Justin Taylor who runs that. One of Hetty's friends, Starla, is in a romantic relationship with Taylor and agreed to help you find their hideout. You also saw a bunch of company folks that were lingering around, kind of listening in, seeing if there's anything going on. One of these folks was you were pointed out to you by the name of Abner Stokes. They kind of slinked away in the crowd. Amy and you met up with Bastion Bach again, sung some spirituals, with him. And you learned also that the Galloways have some drilling equipment nearby in a requisition yard, but they're not using it. They don't want to use it at all, and that's that. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick up. We'll say we're still outside the vigil area. There's still folks around. You have a couple leads to go on. It's kind of just a question of what do y'all feel like doing? So what do y'all feel like doing?
Bug stealing.
Man, I like a 5-finger discount when I can get one.
Let's go steal.
Much, yeah.
Like for good reasons, like, nobility and stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to be first.
Justified.
Totally justified.
All right, let's go stealing. I'm going to start walking off, heading in the direction I think it is.
All right. So you're gonna go. So you want to go basically steal the stuff from the requisition yard? Is that the idea I'm getting?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Jeff,
All
did
right.
I remember correctly from the last episode that our little spy dude like disappeared.
What do you mean, spy dude?
Abner.
Yeah, Abner he slinked away. Yeah. And you kind of lost track of him in the crowd, and then he got away. And we'll see if that comes to play.
Potentially problematic.
Could be. We'll see.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, if you're real concerned about that, Louisa, maybe one of us can like be obvious to draw him out, and then someone who's not obvious take him out.
Not one on the taken out so much, but I can.
Well, I mean, you know, he could just get hogtied and left somewhere for a couple of days. I'm not saying I'm going to murder a man.
Not yet.
Today.
We did just do that in the last place. We might be able to solve this problem without that, perhaps.
Stephen has thrown a complication. Thank you, Stephen. I know what to do. Have a good idea. Okay. Yeah, they're doing this new thing with cheers now. Did you get that, Chuck, on your channel? Like, did you get that opt-in thing? Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think they just randomly picked some channels to try it out.
Yeah.
Twitch did. So
it's like
that's been happening.
About the lack of bits.
You could do bits too, but there's like this whole other cheer system now. So. Okay, so you want to go steal this equipment from the yard. Okay. Do you want to head out there all by yourselves? Just kind of just try to go find it yourselves. You have kind of a it's not that far away, and you could potentially ask around to get more specific directions if you like.
Wasn't it? Man, there was some fella who actually knows some stuff about that area we were supposed to go talk to, right?
Justin, I think.
Oh yeah, gotta go find Justin.
Man, you know, I mean, I'm fine with winging it and all, but like if there is somebody who kind of like can make it a little bit less of a pain in the ass, that would be nice.
Not against that. I was just gonna walk on in, punch people, and take shit. But I mean, you know, maybe think and do better.
Yeah, man, I only got half an ass left anyway, so like I would like less pain in mine.
Paul always said that you shouldn't steal from people, that you should look them in the eye and stab them first and take it all proper like.
I'm good with that.
Start by stealing their lives and then all their things.
Joe, I wish I could have met your pa. He sounds like a hell of a fella.
He was something.
Let's go find Justin.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
We're gonna talk to him about his baby mama too, right?
So yeah, okay, so Starla Sims is the woman. She's a friend of Hetty's that Cletus knows. So if you ask her, she was telling you that she can show you, because apparently Justin and her used to go up there before he turned it into a union headquarters, and they would have some relations and such. But she's like, yeah, I'm more than happy to show you on up there if you're ready to go.
Like tree.
Okay, we're gonna call it like midday-ish, I think, a little early afternoon, that kind of thing. So she's like, yeah, it'll take about an hour or so to get on up there. I hope y'all got your hiking shoes on. She kind of looks, and she's not being serious. And then she turns off, and kind of you can tell that she's looking around, just kind of make sure none of them company guards go following us. This place is certainly not supposed to be something everyone knows about, so we're trying to keep it kind of quiet. So if any of y'all or you see anyone kind of following us around, or if you see anyone kind of taking too much of an interest, maybe you all could do a little something about it. Yeah, that.
I was going to ask to make a notice.
Them things.
Yeah, so we're still at the sort of the vigil outside the mine. So Amy, go ahead and roll a notice to see if there's anybody kind of currently.
So I was just noticing. Apparently, Joe's being used as a mule because according to my character sheet, I've got a shotgun over my back. I've got a Mamos pistol on my one hip, and I got the holdout pistol on the other hip.
Yeah, I'm interested in taking one of those from you, but I didn't know which one you wanted to give up.
Whichever you want. I would prefer something with range. If you want the shotgun, you can take the shotgun, or you can have the holdout pistol. I'd like to hang on to Mama's pistol.
Let me look him up.
Hideout pistols 2d4, reload 3. the peasant pumper shotgun is 1 to 3d6.
Isn't that just a great name? I love the name of that chapter.
That's pretty great.
It's so good.
Whew. Peasant pumper.
Yep.
You actually have ammo for it? I guess I can't.
You all have you'll have a little bit of ammo for everything, but ammo is like that is sort of one of the ways the like the setting kind of restricts you.
It'd be a good stage name for a bard too.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and you rolled that notice yet there, Amian? How'd you do?
Got a 5. There we go.
5. Okay.
Louisa also rolled notice as well because
How'd you
Louisa's
do?
concerned about an 11.
Of course you did. Okay, so you look around at the they're on the vigil, the crowd, etc. You do see there are some folks kind of moving around here and there that seem to be listening into conversations. Don't necessarily seem to be partaking in those conversations. So you can tell that they're probably plants, and that's something both of you would see. Louisa, you actually notice that there are some other folks that are kind of in the area too, that you would know are from a group called Kramer Holt. They are Kramer Holt agents, which are kind of like these thuggish kind of detective types. Think of them like kind of like Pinkertons in a way, kind of in that sort of respect. And you can see that there are a few of them, and they're kind of moving around here and there, and they're sort of getting in people's faces, asking some questions, not necessarily roughing anyone up, but certainly asking a few questions. After a few moments, you do see a few of them, are kind of as they're looking around, some of the people they're talking to, you can see their heads are lifting up. It's like they're looking around, trying to find somebody, and they just they're just like pointing, like, they were here a second ago. I don't know where they went. Whether they're looking for you or somebody else, you're not sure. But there does seem to be a group of these detectives around.
So Louisa will, kind of meet up with Amian after we're kind of doing our own kind of separate kind of scouting. Just be like, so I don't know what rumors you were hearing, but it appears that we've got some agents here. So this is real serious and all. I generally try to maintain some truthfulness in the words that leave my mouth, but it seems like it might be a good idea to craft some untruths to spread around.
Yep. Keep them off our tail, maybe. Or keep them looking in places that we're not.
I'm not so good at coming up with those, but if you have any ideas for what we could say. Something about the opposite direction where we're headed.
I want to impress that it looks like they're trying to like people are actively looking for somebody, and you think they're kind of pointing kind of in the direction of like Cletus or Double D, some of the larger folk are kind of like, you get the sense that they might be asking about you, Louisa, your group.
Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe it was Justin or somebody else, not necessarily us.
I may or may not have killed a man right outside of a school not too long back.
And not that far away, actually.
It was the whole thing. Like, we had a code word, somebody said it. But, I don't want to reminisce too much on the past.
Oh, dear. Alrighty. Well, it does appear that you all might want to leave this area with some urgency.
Or maybe
Could I
myself a disguise.
Could I make like a taunt and then a stealth test to like run off in a direction and get them to follow me and then try and slink back to the group?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll that taunt. And let me know what you get.
I don't know if it's waiting on it. It said I rolled it.
It's an 11.
Okay. So what is it you call out when you see these detectives kind of starting to sift through the crowd? Just a handful of them.
gonna pretend like I don't actually notice them. I'm gonna pretend to be like talking out loud to myself, like I'm trying to recite directions on where I was supposed to go. I'm just gonna be like, all right, around the corner, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna be like saying that over and over and over again to myself as I'm like running off loudly. Kind of act like I'm not sure that they see me. Or I'm gonna pretend like I don't know that they see me.
Okay. Yeah, and you can hear behind you like a voice or two call it, "Hey boy, where you going? Get your ass back here. Come here." And then you kind of look over your shoulder briefly, and you can see there's two of them that are kind of hustling after you. Roll a stealth test. What is everyone else doing while this is happening?
I mean, I guess I will try and lean towards the shadows a bit.
Okay.
Stay out of sight.
Okay.
Looking for us, a big thing to look for. I won't try and let low. Maybe go hide in the shed.
So, Amian, Double D, Cletus, they're laying low. Amian's trying to lure a couple off and kind of give them the shake. Doggett, Joe, Louisa, what are the three you doing?
How tall is the structure?
So it's a mine, but the mine is people are the mine entrance. People are kind of staying away from. So basically, you guys are just sort of out in the open, and it's like this. There's occasional a tent or two here and there, or a lean-to that's been hastily set up, but there's no major structure here yet. You guys actually haven't left. This is still the vigil area.
Right. So Joe will just drop down next to a bunch of just junk that's on the ground. He's kind of a small person, just kind of try and dig in.
Okay. Joe, Double D, and Cletus can all roll stealth as well. Doggett, Louisa, what are you doing?
I think I'm relatively unknown in these parts, so.
Louisa wants to try to see if she can borrow something, because her clothes are a little bit noticeable, I think, maybe. So maybe just trying to switch out what she's wearing. Grab a coat or something from somebody. Just to...
You want to steal from these people who are mourning the deaths of their...
Borrow,
reach down and grab it.
Something off a clothesline kind of a thing.
The swaddle around the baby. Just want to grab that really quick, cover your hair
while
with
nobody's paying attention.
Yeah. just spin it. The baby just starts spinning in the air with it.
Just grab whatever the baby's eating while you're at it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll say Starla will kind of look at you being a little nervous, and she'll probably have some kind of loose shawl or something. Like, here, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead, just fix that over your head there, nice and. Oh yeah, you look great there. You look like a proper nunnery or something. Okay.
Appreciate it.
How did the stealth rolls go for Double D and Cletus and Joe?
I got a 2.
Oh God.
I got 14.
Okay. Cletus, you become the shadows. Joe, how'd you do? 5?
5.
Okay. All right. A couple of things are gonna happen. Let's resolve Amian. Amian, you go slinking off, and you hear hey, get kid, boy, you better get back. You better quit running. We see you. And you look over, and you can see that they're still chasing you. And then all of a sudden, slam! You run into something, and you look up, and there's another one of these Kramer Holt agents that's looking right down at you as you kind of stumble to the ground. And the other two hustle up, and now there's 3 of them kind of staring. They're like, "Where are you off to, boy? What you all in a hurry for?"
Crap.
Yeah, old crap, all right. You better start answering some questions. First of which, why are you running from us? We told you to stop.
Well, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
You didn't hear us?
No.
Oh, your ears not working?
If you were both yelling at me, your voices must have canceled out or something.
Oh, your ears must not be working. Here, let me take a look at that. When he takes this stick and he just smashes you across the side of the head, just kind of clubs your ear. Okay. Does 8 hit your parry? All right.
Yep, doubles it.
All right. Take 10 points of damage.
Oh God. Yeah, I'll try and. It's vigor to soak.
Yes, vigor to soak. Spend a Benny, roll vigor.
What's your toughness?
Probably not much, I would think. He spent all his points on luck skills and stuff.
Looks like I got an 11.
Okay, so that would be, so that's success, and then what? 2? No, just 1 raise, right? Yeah, just 1 raise because it's not you need. Okay, so how many wounds would you have taken with 10 points of damage?
How I forget how to calculate that.
What's your toughness?
5.
Okay, so you would have taken 1 wound. So you soak everything is essentially what you do. Yeah. So they just take this, they take the side of this stick and they just smash you up against the side of your face, and you can feel like your ear just sort of like just suddenly start ringing, and you can feel like it starts shaking in your head. And as they start talking, you're now actually having trouble listening out of that ear. And like, oh, there we go. We knocked something loose. You feel like listening to us now?
Yep. Don't hit me again.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, why don't you ask a couple questions then? Where are you running off to so fast?
Not really like a... Is there like a deceive skill in this?
Yeah, I mean, you can roll like a persuade or something, basically.
There's that, yeah. I picture him like making up some story about trying to run off to pick up like some random thing for somebody in town, and they were trying to describe where it was.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
It's taking a long time for it to load the rolls for me. I don't know what it was.
Got a 3.
I will Benny and re-roll that once it pops up.
Okay. So meanwhile, while you're waiting on rolls, back over by the vigil, Double D, where are you trying to hide?
You ain't gotta be hiding good, so I'm gonna pick up Cletus, and he and I are gonna go hide behind like a light pole or something like that.
Okay. You go hide behind like some, probably a flagpole or something, I don't know.
Oh.
And you go hide behind it, you're kind of just, doing your best to obscure it, and you just hear it. What do you think you're doing?
Being nonchalant.
You normally hold a goat there?
Yeah, it's my safety goat.
What's your business here in Marrow? And you can tell us as one of those, like, detective guys that Louisa was talking about.
Minding.
What's your business here?
It's minding.
Is it?
Yeah. Minding my business. You might try sometime. It's good stuff to do.
Oh, okay. Got a smart mouth on you, I see. Okay. And he kind of like pulls back on this vest, and he shows this like nice little badge here, Kramer Holt on it, and he says, "You know what this thing says I can do to you?"
Hang on a second. I can't see that good. I'm gonna set my goat down. I'm gonna lean in real close to his badge. Crap, I don't know how to read.
Oh, I hear you.
You know how to read?
I do. Well, here, let me just put it this way. This here badge says Kramer Holt, and what it means is I can do whatever the hell I want to you.
Trying to kiss me?
No, I ain't trying to kiss you. And you hear him just kind of whistle. Hey, boys, we got ourselves a mouthy one over here. And you see like a couple others start, you see like 2 more starting to kind of wander on over. Man, I don't know. I think the Galloways might want to ask this one a few questions. I mean, he don't look like a miner to you, do you? No.
I'm a goat herder. Can't you tell I got a goat?
Goat herder up in the Sitstones, man? There ain't no goats up here. They all die from the smoke.
That's right. I remember Rosie. You remember Rosie? I remember Rosie.
No, I don't remember no Rosie. But what I do remember is hearing that you came into town with a whole mess load of folk. That's what I remember hearing. I started talking to all sorts of people all of a sudden.
Well,
The other thing I remember is there were a whole mess load of folk who came over just a few days ago into the town of Gilmer. causing all sorts of problems. And one of them was a big old illiterate son of a bitch who liked to have a goat walking around with him, too. You wouldn't say that's you now, is it?
Wait, big guy with the goat?
Yeah, I mean, you bear a striking resemblance.
You trying to say I'm fat?
I am not trying to say you're fat, but I do believe your general physical demeanor is making that abundantly clear.
And I do not appreciate this insinuation.
All right, one of them is going to hit you with their attitude adjuster.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just going.
Neither do I. I'm just going with it. All right, so let's see.
Hopefully someone is sneaking while you're talk.
Yeah, the best I can do is draw attention right now.
Is a 7 good to break your parry?
No.
Okay, so he just swings, and it just sort of harmlessly, this studded club just kind of harmlessly careens off your big old meaty arm.
How many are there?
There's 3.
Oh, I got one of them too, and I'll pull out my attitude jester and brain him with it.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh.
I may have to join in soon.
Yeah.
All right.
There is. I just want to point out this is all well within a few feet of this vigil where all the families are mourning the potential deaths of their mining peoples.
Listen, Chuck feels regret for these
We're
actions.
gonna start a riot.
Double D don't.
Double D don't.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
I'm just shout out to start a riot, just like
I'm gonna
the
roll a
original
fighting
plan.
test.
All right.
Oh, I accidentally rolled a D20, not a D12.
Okay.
Let me do that again with the right die. My 6 was a 4. Come on, Benny, that.
There are 3 of them, Tracy, and they are carrying attitude adjusters, and they are carrying some peasant pumpers.
Oh no.
Yeah, because it's my favorite gun, that peasant pumper. I don't know who came up with that, but that is a wonderful name for a gun.
I got a 5.
A 5 is actually not good enough. Parry is 6.
figure.
Yeah. So you go ahead and you do the same thing, and it just happens to like it hits him like right square in the chest. But when it hits, it makes this kind of strange sound, and that's when you realize, oh man, they seem to be wearing something underneath there, and they look up at you and they're like, oh boy, that wasn't the right decision right there. And you see,
I thought we were playing tit for tat.
You see the other 2. One of them kind of reaches back, kind of pulls this big old shotgun out, and it kind of holds it up to you. He's like, why don't you go ahead and just get down on the ground before I go pulling this trigger?
Well, I got a question first. Are you going to pull the trigger after I get on the ground?
Well, that depends upon what you do once you get down there now, doesn't it?
All right. I'll play along.
Okay. So,
Latest Delta formation, and we start running.
do you really start running?
Yes.
Okay. So you can start running. That's fine. But they will. I mean, it's their guns, so they're gonna both take.
They're gonna
shots
shoot
at you.
me. It's
Yeah,
fine.
they're
I
both
can
gonna
tank it.
shoot at you. These things hurt,
Okay.
man. Okay.
Oh my god.
So they're both gonna take shots at you. Oh gosh.
I had a plan. I was gonna.
Chuck doesn't do
Delta formation.
Chuck doesn't do plans. All right.
I know. I was gonna try and help you, man.
First guy.
Well,
Oh,
I
that's
think-
all
I
right.
rolled so
And I
bad.
think how I'm responding to my situation is going to change when I hear gunshots ring out.
Is there a
Okay.
chance I can maybe interject on one of these agents?
Sure. After this thing, you can.
Yeah.
We'll introduce everybody into this. Okay. So they both took shots at you. One of them rolled a 14.
no.
One of them rolled a
my bad.
4.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So they
Both of
both
them
hit. Yeah, both of them hit. So the
Oh,
first one's gonna roll. Oh gosh, that's a raise on the first one. Oh man, why do I do this? That's cocked. 16, 19 points
Nope.
of damage. on the
Don't
first
blame
one.
yourself, Jeff. I put you in this situation. I got a toughness of 8.
Okay, so that's 8 is shaken, 12 is first wound, 16 is second wound.
How much damage did you do?
19.
Okay, I got shaken and 2 wounds.
Okay, you can spend a Benny and roll vigor to try to soak that.
Oh yeah.
We do have an audience Benny carrying over from last time.
You don't have no. We're not using them for that anymore. We're using them, remember, for boosts.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I got 2 wounds and a shaking.
Okay, and the other one, yeah, they could be carrying the Tommy Deadman, which is even worse. I figure maybe 1 or 2 of them might have it. We'll start easy. All right, so
Does this
you
complication have Steven's name on it?
This is Steven basically doing this too.
Thank you, Steven.
Good job, Steven.
Steven, how dare.
Okay, then the next one also hit. Okay, no explosions yet. Okay, that's 9 on the damage for that one.
I just want above. I'm on Benny.
Okay, go ahead and roll Benny for that.
I gotta reuse them dice.
These do basically, because they're so close to you, they're doing like 3d6 damage right now.
All right.
He's peasant pumping.
And I'm shaking, so I'll take a minus on that. Do I take minuses from wounds as well?
Yeah, for your rolls.
I got 1.
Okay, so you soaked 1?
No, that was my roll.
You rolled a 1. Okay, so that's your 3rd wound.
Uh-huh.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god!
Okay, so
I've been shot.
We did get some bennies from the crowd, if it helps or not.
It's not gonna help here. Double D and Bleedus go.
Not Bleedus.
They get into Delta formation. They turn to run, and then as point blank shotgun shots are really hard to dodge.
I'm not that quick.
He ain't that quick. And you take 2 shots as you start running away. He falls on the 3rd wound, right? I always forget this. Does he fall on the 3rd wound, or does he take another? Jeremy, help me. So then, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go in.
Does he fall on the 3rd wound, or does he?
Yeah,
does he
3rd wound, you go down. That 3rd wound is when you roll your vigor check to see if you were going to have a permanent or temporary injury.
Right. Gotcha. All right, so Double D, you fall. Last thing you see before your face hits the ground is Bleedus just running off into the distance. He's free and clear.
You go, you majestic beast.
Roll a vigor test to see how bad this is for you.
All right.
I would
vigor test.
That might be worth taking some of these audience bonuses.
We got.
Yeah. They're boosts, right? I don't remember what that is worth now.
You get a +1 or a +2 if you use 2.
I want to take 2.
This is something worth the +2. Yeah.
That's 6. I may do that again. Roll. That's 3. Do I take the minuses for being wounded and shaken?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's an edge you can take that lets you ignore that, like a hard to kill edge. But
all right. It's 9. 5
I was
plus
not
2
taking
is
that
9.
this time around.
Okay.
That's a raise.
That's a raise. Okay, God, I always forget this. So a raise on this means it's not permanent, but you don't. Jeremy, help me.
Man, I've never had somebody get a raise on that before.
I forget. I'm always used to Dan failing those rolls, so
I think you may not get a wound if you get a raise.
That's what I was thinking too. That's why I was looking it up and slowing down really fast.
Because I know botch, die, fail, permanent, success, temporary.
I got it. 1 sec.
Every raise on the damage roll inflicts 1. Yeah, we got that.
Yeah. So when you roll a raise, so when you're incapacitated, you roll a raise. You roll on the injury table. The injury goes away in 24 hours, or when all wounds are healed.
Okay.
So there you go. You're battered. Vigor reduced by a die type for 24 hours until all your wounds are back.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
It's not the worst.
You're laying on the ground. You're bleeding. No, nothing vital, but you're on the ground and you can feel another one. And you're not bleeding out, so you're not going to die. But you can feel like one of them is kind of kneeling down, kind of like hog tying you from behind now. And at this point, we'll say everybody else who is in the area of this vigil, have heard these gunshots go off. You look over and you see Double D is on the ground being hogtied by one of these Kramer Holt agents, while the other two of them have shotguns pointed down on him. You see Bleed is running off into the distance. Amian, meanwhile, you ran away and you got 3 of these detectives on you, kind of roughing you up a bit, and you're trying to sing some sort of a song, trying to give some sort of lie to get them to believe why you've been kind of moving around. And you rolled I think you passed, right? You rolled a 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, rolled a 7.
So they lean down into you and they say, you know anything about a group of strangers kind of coming in here recently? 2 big old fellas. And they got some strange guy who just, some steely gaze. He looks like a murderer, just that feeling when when you're looking at someone, they're just cold. No heart, no soul. Got dead face and a preacher woman. You know anything about them?
I avoid murderers, and he's just holding his ears and shaking his head like, no, I haven't seen them.
They kind of look at each other, and then that's when bang, bang, the shots kind of go off in the distance, and they look back and then look at you, and they're like, get on out of here, boy. And they kind of just like kick you in the ass as you're getting up, and you guys kind of go stumbling into the dirt, and the 3 of them go hustling back towards the vigil of the sounds of the gunshots.
Okay.
All right.
I'm assuming those gunshots are because of us, so I'm going to follow them.
You would think. Okay. Meanwhile, back at the vigil, the shots go off, and like people are freaking out now. So you see like there's some people who are just kind of running away like, ah! As they look back, they see there's a guy on the ground bleeding. There's Kramer Holt agents that pulled out their shotguns. Amian, you're on your way. Are you running back?
Yeah, I'm going to trail these guys that are running back.
Okay,
but,
so you're going to
keep a little bit distance back.
Yeah, you're going to keep some distance so they don't obviously see you. Okay, so Cletus, Doggint, Joe, and Louisa, what do the 4 of you want to do?
So, like,
I got a plan.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay, let's hear it.
So did we see what happened to Double D, or see him run and see and hear the gunshots at least?
Yeah, the only person I think who wasn't in sight range was Amian. I think everybody else could have probably seen that happen.
And the people in the vigil, were they mostly just the women folk, or were there some men folk in there too?
There's a lot of women and children, but there are other minors because they weren't on this shift. Right. But you can see all of them are like they're worn down, like they've been awake and they've been crying, and they've been worried. And
Joe's gonna play or try and play on their position. He'll go into a mess of them, and Joe's kind of a small guy, so he's gonna play on that to be almost childlike. It says like, you should have heard them. They're out there shooting my friends. Just came by to say their respects. The people are falling. They're telling him it ain't worth the salt in our tears over the garbage that lives here. And they just started shooting, said not enough of us died in there.
Roll a persuasion test.
I'm not terribly good at this.
That's great though, man. I love that. That's fantastic. So I would say the rest of you who can recognize Joe's voice, you hear Joe kind of like Joe's voice suddenly crying out. You're like, that's the most emotion I've ever heard Joe say.
Yeah.
We got any bonus points left?
Yeah, we do.
Melissa?
We got 2 more, I think.
Can I
take them? Take them. That was good.
Oh, that's bad.
It's still a success.
It's a success, though.
If I spend a chip, do I get those +2 points, or do I lose those +2 points?
Yeah, you still get a +2 because you're just re-rolling. That's all you're doing.
Okay. There we go.
Oh my.
That's it.
Raise.
Definitely. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So let's see. We'll say with the raise, we'll just do the difference. We'll say there's maybe about a half a dozen people who kind of look over towards you. There's a lot of people who are just running. They're picking up their kids and they're just running away at this point.
They're gonna kill us all. They said we should have all died in there.
But you see like a few people you recognize, like that guy Bastian Bach, who kind of came around to help sing some spirituals and do what he can to, you see him kind of come on over, and he kind of recognizes you and everything, and looks over, and they got Double D on the ground. You see a couple other folks that you talk to, other miners and such that are just weren't on shift, and they're kind of, hey, All right, what are you doing to that fellow over there? He ain't done nothing. He came here to help. And they all start kind of coming up, but they're keeping a little bit of distance because none of them have guns. But they're like kind of like you can start hearing like some of the crowds getting a little vocal at that point.
I'm ready to throw something in when we get a chance.
Okay, so yeah, if you got something, Dog, go for it.
I have a power that might put them to sleep.
The people who are hog-tying Double D?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do what you got to do. Let's hear it.
That might be great.
Does it require a roll?
There's a couple things to it. So
okay,
it's a blast template sort of thing. So I don't know how big I need it to be to get everybody in there. I can spend up to 3 spirit on it to get it to be a large template.
Yeah, I think
or 2 for a medium.
There's like a recommendation for when we're not on actual grid. So
the 2 just says the power affects everyone and a medium blast template. I don't know if
I would say
medium's
fine. Medium's fine. There's only 3
okay.
of them. It'll also hit Double D though, unless you have some kind of special.
It doesn't do damage.
Okay. All right.
So I figure
I ain't complaining.
I figure he can handle going to sleep.
You're taking a nap. Yeah. Okay.
So I forgot to put a skill on it. Hold on, let me edit it here.
Yeah, it should be your distillery skill.
Yeah, I might go copy and paste it from another one that I actually have done. Otherwise, it won't roll so well.
You cast with your booze making, I cast with my faith.
Same thing, right?
They're like the same thing.
Basically the same thing, yeah.
I picked this up with my becoming seasoned.
Nice. I'm going to regret being so generous with advances at some point, I think.
Maybe.
Not yet. It hasn't happened yet.
Oh, see, that actually sucked. So I guess I'll use a Benny and re-roll it.
Oh, yeah, you're fatigued from the travel. Okay.
Yeah, still fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
And since we haven't had initiative yet, I haven't got to use another thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a success.
Okay. So describe what happens and then tell us, like, mechanically what happens.
Now, they get to make a spirit save, basically.
Okay. All right. They've got a D6 in spirit. 4 for the first, 1 for the second, and 3 for the third. 1 of them passes. 2 of them fail.
Awesome. Well, the 2 of them, I assume I'm just like throwing a bottle of something over that's just going to splash everywhere.
It just comes like flying over top of that crowd that's starting to get unruly around
Down
Joe,
with the authorities!
Yeah. All of a sudden, someone just throws like this big old bottle over top of them, and it just cracks and splashes over top of where Double D's laying on the ground getting hogtied. I'll say, let's see, which one of them
does Double D get
out?
the test too? See if he gets knocked out.
He's already pretty much out, man.
They fall asleep for an hour.
Yeah. I'm going to say one of the shotgun guys and the hog tie guy are the ones who failed. And and then the third one, with the one of the other guys who also has a shotgun, he's going to kind of shake it off as this kind of little bit of mist or something kind of starts wafting up around them. And you can see, and they're like, get back, get your ass down there in hog time. I am hog time. Fireflies, and they just kind of fall over and collapse on top of Double D. And so now there's 3 guys stacked on top of one another, and this other guy with a shotgun is kind of looking around like, who the hell threw that? You better get your ass out here. And he's kind of holding the gun up now, but he looks kind of nervous.
May I interject an idea here?
Yes, please.
Because I got myself 14 on my stealth check, and I have previously stated I am an acclaimed and accounted climber of trees. So me and Double D went in the same general direction, but I got myself up a little bit higher.
Okay.
Is there any chance I might get the drop on this man from up above?
I just rolled a notice test. He has not seen you. I rolled a 5 on notice. You rolled a 14, you said, on stealth. You have like a mountain cat,
ninja.
like an Appalachian ninja, have snuck onto the tree. I don't know how the tree branch is maintaining your ample weight, as we know Cletus is a big boy, but you are up here nonetheless.
Man, there's some weird magic up in these trees, man. We've established that previously, but he'll just kind of lower himself almost like from a pull-up position and just lower his legs down. And basically his legs would just wrap around this dude's neck in a triangle position and lift him up.
So he's like, Which one of y'all threw that? Which one? You better get y'all. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll. I mean, roll a fighting test or whatever. Yeah,
yep.
That's fine. Yeah.
So I will get a +4 for the drop, right?
Yes.
And then I'll ignore the -4 that it takes to go for the head, which would ignore his armor as well, thanks to gouger.
Yeah, it's true. And I think the vest actually only covers his chest anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're working. Look at that. Oh my god.
Oh. So I'm gonna get a raise and an additional +4 on this.
14 on the hit for him. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your +4 to damage. Raise extra die. Oh god. Oh my god. He's doing digital dice. He just got so many explosions. What's your total damage?
I just crack his neck, I assume.
Yeah.
19. He shot my brother, man.
Where are y'all at?
You better shoot my kid.
And then he just drops, and you let the last one drop, and that one also flops up on top of Double D. So there's now two sleeping, one dead Kramer Holt agent, like dropped on top of your brother.
Picture that Cletus did that with just like disturbingly dexterous feet, just like grabbing his head.
Exactly. And he got dropped super quiet too. Like nobody's gonna even notice he's dead for a while because everybody else is just sleeping.
And people are like still shouting back at him and stuff. And they don't even really notice at point because they're looking at each other. Like, yeah. And they look back. Hey, where'd he go? He's just laying on top of them now. Okay. At this point, though, you guys do hear the sounds of like shouts and footsteps as there's now 3 more of these agents that are coming. They're the ones that chased after Amian. And now or 2 of them chased after. One of them just kind of bumped in. And you see them running up here now. I'm going to go ahead and give them a quick notice to see if they see old Cletus. No, they do not. I even got an explosion. I even got an ace, but I still only rolled a 13.
Still not enough.
So you ain't no ninja.
They still don't see Cletus up there. They just see the bodies on the ground. And they immediately, they start pulling guns out. 2 of them have they have the same sort of shotguns. One guy looks a little different. He's the one who kind of smacked you on the side of the face, Amian. He's got this kind of curly mustache and such, and he seems to be the one kind of barking orders. And he pulls out this different kind of gun that maybe none of y'all have seen before. And you can see, like, everybody on the ground now. I want some freaking answers right now. Louisa, you haven't done anything yet. So what would you like to do at this situation?
Yeah, I have been struggling looking through all of my stuff to find something because I'm not so good at anything that's going to hinder what they're doing. Can I do anything just in the getting in their way? Like, I'm thinking just even like I just grab like a tree branch or something just to throw at them, just to try to trip them, just anything to just try to like slow their
whatever movement. You would like to do. They've effectively arrived, but they haven't reached the point where Double D is on the ground, and they haven't kind of gone up and inspected that yet. But they're kind of now back at the vigil site. They can see that there's Kramer Holt agents on the ground now. They haven't yet determined that Joe or Doggint might be responsible for any of this. They didn't actually. They don't know. You don't know this for sure, but they haven't started firing up at the tree where Cletus is, so they might not notice Cletus yet. And they certainly haven't done anything to you yet. They're essentially just kind of pointing guns at everybody, telling everyone to get the hell on the ground right now.
How far away are they from? Are they like keeping their distance pretty far that they'd be like out of range of people charging them, or?
Well, it depends on how far back did you wait to go? Like you were trailing them, right? You were trying to keep your distance without like giving them away. I would say you're probably a little behind. I was hoping to like try and tackle one of them from behind, or just like be a nuisance as they showed up. If you want to, I'm more than happy to go ahead and roll competing athletics test to see if you can tackle one of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the one that hit me. I'm just gonna scream "Revolution!"
Oh my god, Amian, you're my hero. Just the best.
What would that be? Athletics, you said?
I think athletics, right? Or is it fighting?
Yeah. Okay. They're both the same for me.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Okay, so that's a 5. I see. It looks like you're gonna Benny that. Of course you.
Oh my god!
Of course you aced. Okay. So
there we go.
Oh my gosh.
There's
What
digital
is that?
dice in the screen that won't stop now.
Oh, I, did,
All right.
I didn't click that. That second
Yeah.
one shouldn't have happened.
Going with the 11 for the
Yeah.
first one. Okay, it was just still plenty good. So they're coming in. We're gonna say the. I'll do like a random. Okay, so you can see that this one guy with there's the two that are kind of flanking him with the shotguns, and they're kind of starting to move up. And you can see the guy with the machine gun kind of steps out in front. And he's like pointing at the pointing the gun around, telling everyone to get down. And they are starting to get down. Just so everybody in the crowd, you can see these people aren't crazy. They're having guns pointing at them. They're starting to get down. However, Amian out of nowhere comes running up and tackles one of the shotgun guys to the ground, and he goes falling smack down on the ground. Shotgun goes off, doesn't hit anybody, but it sounds once more. I think let's get into initiative now. Everyone's here. Let's actually deal some cards, and we'll see where this goes. Okay.
Nowhere
God.
good.
This is gonna go great.
This
Sounds
is
great.
this is what this is what you get when you
When you take Steven's money.
Yeah, when I take Steven's money.
I'm
That's what I
gonna
was
have any
thinking.
more of those little
Thank you,
sleepy bomb
Steven.
things.
I mean, I have as many as I have PowerPoints for, but can't wait my turn to throw them.
I saw there were bodies as I was running up, so I assumed we were already in the thick of it.
Okay, so we are officially in combat mode now. We're in structured time. One of the Kramer Holt agents is
first.
I'm gonna say this is the one that's got the shotgun, didn't get tackled. We'll say the one at the very bottom. The reason they're probably at the very bottom is because they just got tackled. So Kramer Holt agent with shotgun. I think it's the one with the shotgun. Looks around. I'm going to go ahead and roll quick notice test, see what he sees. All he sees is there's a kid on the ground that just tackled and just yelled, "Viva the revolution," or something. So he's going to turn around with his shotgun. He's going to point it down. It's like, "Boy, we told you gotta get the hell out of here." And then fires away. Let's see. Shooting test. Okay, that's a 6. So that's a hit. And then it is... Oh, that's a terrible roll. All right, that's better. 8 on the damage. How's your toughness there, Amian?
My toughness is 5.
Okay, so
you soak it then.
So you're shaken. You can do that if you want. You do also get a free attempt to unshake when your turn comes around. So and then if you fail that, you can just automatically Benny to unshake. So you don't really need to spend the vigor.
That would be better. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay, so that is we'll say that's their turn. Cletus, it is your turn. You're up in a tree. They got tackled, so they didn't actually get a chance to make it all the way to the bodies, the stack of bodies now. But they haven't shot at you. You got a good feeling that they haven't seen you yet.
Now, who's this some bitch with that big fancy gun? How far away is he?
I would say he's probably sitting a good 30 feet from you or so. I don't think he's close enough for you to like belly flop on him or anything like that.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. And the other shotgun fellas are still pretty far away too.
Well, there's 2 of them. One of them, like they're both on, like all 3 of them are kind of in the same handful of feet around each other. One of them's on the ground because Amian tackled him to the ground, and then Amian got shot by the other one.
You know, honestly, like there's a smart thing to do, and then there's that some bitch just shot a child thing to do.
Yeah, he's like
and
14. He ain't a child no more. Now go ahead.
Man, but Amian's good people. He pulled me out of a river. And when
That's true.
When a man, because he ain't a boy no more, he's done his share. When a man pulls you out the river, you return the favor in kind.
So then he didn't shoot a kid? Because he's a man?
That's right. He shot a man.
Okay.
Man child.
He shot a man-child. Well, belly flop on that man-child tutor.
All right, what do you want to do?
I assume he doesn't see me, so I do the drop and I just flop down on him.
Okay, so you're gonna try to leap down on that guy. I mean, the branch is not such that you're gonna, like, he's 30 feet-ish away.
Well, is the shot guy closer to me? I'm not going for the guy who's super far away.
I mean, none of them are particularly close to you. They kind of stopped at a distance. They saw the bodies on the ground. They saw the crowd getting unruly, and then they turned guns. So I don't think any of them got close enough under the tree for you to belly flop.
And I don't have a very good pace, so I was misunderstanding like the spacing of it. So maybe I should just be spending my action to like be trying to get closer to them. Like I'll be maneuvering.
Okay. And we don't need to re-roll the stealth. We can carry your stealth over, but you spend your turn kind of sneaking down.
I'll get myself into position.
Okay, that's fair. All right. The next one to go is that guy with that fancy gun. And no other target has thus presented itself. So I think he's just going to turn and shoot at Amian. What? There's a knife somewhere. All right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I thought it was funny. So this fella is going to look down like, boy, you disappoint me. We gave you an opportunity. But now that I think about it, some of them reports out of Gilmer said there was some young little scrawny son of a gun with them. And I'm reckoning that's you. And then you hear, and then he points this gun down at you. This big old kind of like, it's like I think of it like what is that? What these things called? Like almost like a Tommy gun, because it's like a submachine gun with the sort of that big circular like.
I'm not that
stock.
young.
Okay. Oh man. Oh god. All right, that's an 11 to hit, and then damage-wise, that is 2d8 plus a d6 for the raise plus 1. Oh boy. That's 7 plus 1 plus 4 is 12 plus another 1 is 13. 13 points of damage.
All right. I think I'm going to spend the Benny to try and soak that.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah, some jerk threw out a bunch of complications and is trying to kill everybody. All right, what's your toughness?
My toughness is 5.
Okay, so
Roll
and
five.
you okay, so it's 1 at so then you were you shaken?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 1 wound at 4, 1 wound at 9, and then 1 wound at 13, and then you soaked 1. So that's 2. So you take 2 wounds. So you soaked 1 of the 3 wounds you would have taken.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're still up. Like meaning you're not like in double D situation. Okay. So then he's gonna yell out as he's kind of firing. If any of y'all heroes out there want to come on out, I'll make sure the next bullet goes in your face and not in this poor boy's. Or if you want to continue to be a coward hiding in the shadows, hiding amongst the good people of this town, you go right ahead. I got enough ammo here to take all y'all down. Doggint, it is your turn.
Boy, I kind of wanted to do something different, but I feel like putting people to sleep is the easiest way forwards.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very expensive.
I've got a good spirit.
Because I'm spending almost all my spirit in 2 spells.
Okay. Oh, your power points and stuff?
Yeah, or power points. It costs 2 just to cast it, and then 2 more to make it a medium. If that's good enough to hit them, or I can spend a 3rd to make it a large.
Let's see. There's 3 of them. They're not. Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. Medium's fine.
Medium's still fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Enemies who can act are excellent.
Yes.
Oh
no.
I'll use my last Benny. I only get 2
We
a
do
session.
also have 2 more audience bonuses if you wanted.
Doesn't help him.
Yeah. What's that?
Doesn't help you on that roll. You gonna Benny to reroll?
Yeah.
Okay. That is
it's good enough for a success.
Okay. So I got to roll spirit. Okay.
Spirit.
So the guy with the machine gun. I'll go ahead and see what does he got. All right. So
he's the one I want to knock out the most.
He's the one you're least likely to do it.
I know.
Not. That's a 4. He passes. Then the other 2, the one on the ground with Amian. That's a 2. So he fails. And then the other one that's standing up and shot Amian. Oh, that's an exploder. That's an 8. So the one on the ground that Amian tackled, he's maybe he's just so close, he's like explodes right near his face. The other 2 guys like kind of quickly cover their mouths, and then they look around and they're like, "Which one of y'all threw that?" And I'll give when their turn comes around, I'll give them like a notice to see if they would have seen you. Do you want to move or anything? You're still currently like mixing amongst the crowd here, which are getting increasingly nervous. Half of them are kind of lowering themselves to the ground. Others are starting to run as there's gunfire going. There's kids around. There's babies around.
I might kind of play it up a little bit. Go with the crowd. Try and blend in a little bit longer.
Okay. So then, Louisa, it comes to you. You see that Double D is at the bottom of a stack of pancakes. He doesn't look good. You also see Amian just took a couple shots, and he is bleeding on the ground, and there's 2 guys that are on him right now.
Yeah, I did not get the right ones down.
Yeah, and I don't want to get in touch range of any of that nonsense at the moment. So, character Joe, are you still somewhat hidden that I could maybe find my way to you?
Oh, I'm pretty much
he's in the
open.
crowd.
Yeah, I'm in the crowd.
Yeah, he's in the crowd. And you heard him yell, so I'll say like you have a general idea of where he's at in the crowd because you heard his voice. We made that joke that's more emotion than we've ever heard him say before.
Yeah. I've got 6 pace. Would I be able to get to him and just do my smite?
Yeah, that's okay. Sure. Because you never really kind of too cleanly dictated like where you were, so you're just kind of hiding or something like that. So yeah, you can kind of run in. You're amongst now Doggins and Joe. You're kind of next to each other, hiding amongst the crowd. You can see it's basic pandemonium now, as there's a whole mess load of people that are running. Tents are getting knocked over. You can see people stumble into like these little campfires and are getting up and running away. You see there's like Hetty Marlowe. She's running. She's got bananas in her hand and she's running away. Starla is like nearby, kind of her head down. The preacher fella you were talking to, Louisa, he's like kind of hustling people, getting them to run. Go, get out of here. But you're right. You are over by Joe. Go ahead and roll your smite.
All right. So what, character Joe, what weapon do you have out at the moment?
My hand's on my gun because that's what I'm going to do next.
All right. So then mine will be as well. So I'm going to roll my faith. Trying to do a smite here. I'm going to take one of these for a +1, see if I can get a raise on this. Oh my gosh, that is an awful roll. I'm going to Betty that roll because that was a 1 and a 2. So wait, what am I doing? Wrong things here. There we go. That's a little bit better. That is a 6.
Okay.
So unfortunately I did not get a raise, but that will give Joe's gun a +2 damage.
Very nice. So the gun starts to get that tiny little faint glow to it that some of the other smited weapons have done before.
Take the shot.
Double D, it goes to you. Unfortunately, I don't really think there's much for you to do, though you are unshaken.
Well, I take what I take, but I'm still sleeping underneath the pancake on bottom stack.
You're it's very warm.
Saved from the hail of bullets.
I'm taking a nice, relaxing nap.
You're very safe. Someone should take cover behind there.
They should actually. That'd be brilliant.
Cletus is still in Delta formation.
Yeah, he's going in the distance. He's just like wrecking a snake somewhere. All right, Joe. You've got your smited gun. Which gun would she have smited that you would have been reaching for?
The
I know you have a
Mama's
couple.
pistol. Of course.
Okay. All right.
Right. So the guy just did a call out, calling out for the heroes. Right. So Joe pull his gun out, just take a step so that he's a little bit away from the crowd. Just sidestep out of the crowd and say,
Fair enough.
"I'm your Huckleberry." Shoot him in the head.
Okay.
Try to
So,
anyway.
Go for it.
I think we still.
Are you actually
Do you
like
still have a plus
headshotting him? Are you doing called shot, like taking the penalty,
that's a good
or
point. Oof. No, I'm not going to risk it. I just want to. I need to wound
Does that
him.
increase the difficulty?
Yeah.
I think it's a 4
2, I
for a
think.
headshot.
4.
Yeah,
Four.
headshot is
Oh, wow.
-4 to the attack for +4 damage.
Yeah.
All right.
You're a daisy if you do.
Shooting, so it's shooting. All right, so the blessing just is to damage. It doesn't help with the shooting shot
Correct.
itself, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but you
All
can get a +1 if you want to use the audience bits for.
Yeah.
You got the
Oh,
sniper
yeah.
weapon.
Oh yeah.
But you got a raise, probably. So
Okay. 14. That is definitely a raise. So you step out.
Okay.
Do
So
the
it's
Huckleberry
3d6
line.
plus 3. Okay. Yep. So 3d6 plus 3. Boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
13 points.
Yep.
That will, in fact, wound him. Toughness of 9. So that is 1 wound. Because you went for the main guy, right? The guy with the big gun?
Yeah, that was standing over Amian. Yep.
Yeah. He's my wild card. So that is 1 wound and shaken. And so you step out, and he didn't necessarily see you immediately, but then you say the Huckleberry line, and as he kind of turns his gun towards you, you get your shot off before he's able to, and it kind of sinks right underneath his arm, right into his side. And you can see it managed to just sneak past whatever kind of bulletproof vest he might be wearing, and you kind of get him right in the flesh and the side. Okay, a little splurt of blood. Now the guy who's asleep is next. That's the guy on the ground. So this guy, we'll say, is he's not dead, but he's out. Amian, did you roll your spirit test to resist the effects of the grenade?
And I got a 6.
Okay, you're good to go. And the automatic thing, yeah, you are no longer shaken. You have 2 wounds on you. You're on the ground.
So there was a guy with a shotgun that's asleep. So there's
On
a
the
shotgun
ground.
next to me.
There is a shotgun on the ground. That is true.
I'm gonna roll, grab that, and try and fire it at the other guy.
Okay. I'll say, as long as you don't get up, all that's cool. If you try to get up, then you'd probably take an
No,
extra
I'm
action.
gonna stay on the ground.
Okay, so you grab it, you roll up, and now there's another guy with a shotgun still, and then there is the guy with the machine gun.
Totally
Which
going
one?
with the machine gun guy.
All right, so now that he's turned now, he's facing Joe. He's like, "Argh!" And you reach out, grab the shotgun, roll over, go for it. Roll your shooting test.
All right.
Feel bad for Chuck. He's just laying on the ground. Please.
I made my bed.
Well,
Take
Melissa
a nap.
won't help him. Just joking. He deserves it.
Okay.
I don't think I make it.
All right, you roll over. You go to shoot, but like
Actually, wait. Do we have audience?
No rerolls.
Okay.
So.
Sorry, they don't like you.
Not
guys. They like
rerolls.
me
Do we have
tonight.
audience
Oh, yeah,
bonuses though?
No, we're out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you grab the gun, roll over, take a shot, but like you don't. I mean, maybe you've never shot one of these shotguns before, so it's kind of
Yeah, I don't
confusing.
have shooting, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what it is.
So you fire, and it's just too. It's like too. Like the recoil is just significant. It just kind of throws your arm back, and the shot goes wild. And that is your turn. And we go to the next round. Okay.
Double D is the safest out of all us right now.
Indeed. Okay,
Really am.
so Cletus, you have snuck around. You are in position. There is a shotgun fella that is still standing up. There is a machine gun fella that's getting shot at by Joe, and by Amian, in fact. And then there's another fella on the ground who appears to be taking a little nap. What would you like to do, man?
Man, I gotta say, Amian is he's really gunning for MVP because he done turned that machine gun feller around away from me.
That's true.
I'm about to jump up on him and do a naked rear chokehold.
Okay.
I'm not really naked. I just got the straps on my overalls down. So it's gonna feel kind of slimy and nasty, but it's still a rear naked chokehold.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your fight.
So I assume I still have the drop?
Yes, I'll say.
And I'll be going for choking his throat out because I don't think he's got armor there.
Throat? No, I don't think so. It's just a vest.
Okay, cool.
God, I love that sound.
Good.
So you rolled a 12, parry of 6. That is a raise.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. All right, so we'll do +4 and damage with a raise.
Oh, that's not a great roll there. It's okay.
You know what? I think I might re-roll that damage with Benny.
Okay.
Better.
Okay. 16 damage would be enough to give him 2 wounds. I will burn one of his bennies to try to vigor that. See if I can keep the wild card in the fight a little bit longer. And I do get a 5, so that will get one of them. So he has 2 wounds, but he is still in the fight. Okay.
So I just have him in a nasty headlock, but it's not enough to put him down.
And so the gun's kind of firing as you kind of got your arm kind of wrapped around his throat. But he is not completely out yet. And it is actually his turn. He goes next. And I'm automatic roll just wasted all those explosions. Okay.
to unshake.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So, were we flavor grappling or are we like legit grappling?
I think he legitimately is coming behind him, like trying to grab him, like was going to twist his neck if he could.
Okay. Okay.
But maybe like there's like a little bit of a collar on the armor and he can't quite get the snap that he wanted.
Okay.
But still, he's behind him. Like,
yeah. I'm going to take an extra action, so I'm going to get some penalties on what I'm doing. I'm going to try to kind of like break free, see if I can either like kind of do the headbutt back or something like that to kind of get you off him. So yeah, let's roll some contested. I think it's fighting. Oh, there we go. Ugh. So roll fight, see if he can break out of this.
All right, roll some fighting. I'll do that.
I got an 8.
I assume without the drop.
Yeah, not the drop no more. So it's just he knows you're there now.
Yeah.
I have an 8, so if you want a Benny.
You know I will. Okay. Why not?
Oh man.
Even worse.
So he's just going to he's not damaging you, this is just flavor. He's just gonna do a backwards headbutt, kind of get you right in the nose, and that's gonna maybe get you to stumble, and then he can kind of step, turn, and then with his second shot. Oh, actually, it would have been a 6. Sorry, minus 2 because I'm taking the extra. And he steps, turns, and he fires. And he's going to try to kind of shoot at you as he turns back around with his extra. Fair. So that's going to be shooting. Okay, in my wild die. Oh boy. 11 after the penalty.
That misses.
So sneaky. So sneaky. Is that, let's see.
I mean, it's a ranged attack. Or actually, no.
It's your parry. It's your parry. So what's your parry?
Oh, that's a good point. So my parry is 8.
Okay, so it's just a hit, no raise then. So no raise on damage. So that's important.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just 2d8 plus 1. Damn. It's 11. 16, 17 points of damage.
Only 17. I see. Okay, so 9
This
is
is why Tracy was warning about this gun. It's 2d8 plus 1, man. And I got an 8.
9 is shaken, 13 for 1, 17 for 2.
Okay. So headbutts, you stumble, he kind of turns and sort of hip fires right at you. Gets kind of a spread up your side, up in the meat, nothing too vital yet. Blood kind of squirts in all sorts of different directions.
Now I made a huge mistake. I think I will try to soak.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So I'll spend the Benny for
just
the vigor.
2d8 plus 1. I was this close to getting the D6 raise. All right. Oh, dear, man.
Oh.
Okay.
Awful roll.
All right. So, Joe, you had the gun pointed at this guy. You fire. He took a shot right underneath, like right where the vest, like the hole in the side of the vest is. He's bleeding. Amian rolls on the ground, takes a shot and miss. Cletus comes up, gets him into the headlock, but then gets knocked backwards. Guy turns around, so he's kind of like his back is half to you, and he's bleeding something fierce. And he just fires at Cletus, and you can see Cletus just took a couple point-blank shots. Joe, what do you want to
do? Daniel, which gun did you take from me? The shotgun or the pistol?
I haven't picked one yet, so.
All right, so Joe's fired, drops it, pulls out the next gun,
okay.
Fires.
Okay.
He's walking forward while he's doing it.
If you use the one you had before, you still
take three rounds to reload.
Oh,
just shoots one time, so
it just shoots once. So unfortunately, that's what we're doing. Come on,
I didn't say it, so I figure you might as well have them all still.
5 hits, no raise, but it hits. All right, that is the hideout pistol, only doing a mere 2d4, however.
Okay.
So come on.
It gets 2 shots, though.
Oh, I saw a 4.
Yep. So I rolled another 4.
Yep.
Because that exploded.
So that's 8 total.
So an 8.
So this guy does have 9 toughness. So this time, shot goes off, and you can see you get him square in the chest, probably in the back. Mm-hmm. The problem is that's right where that bulletproof vest is, and you see like there's a little bit of like he kind of feels the force, but it doesn't seem to really kind of.
So you said it has 2 shots, or do I have to declare 2 actions?
You'd have to declare because it would be minus.
Yeah, I didn't know, so that's fine.
And it's 1 rate of fire.
Okay, that's fine. So it just means that I've got another chamber before it's empty, though.
Yeah, I just happen to be looking at it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, next guy is the who is after Joe is the one who's sleeping on the ground, and then next up it's Doggant.
He's my favorite. I did do some double checking for templates. It's small is 2, medium is 3, and large is 4.
Okay,
if you're playing.
We're playing. It's okay. I don't mind keeping it medium since it's cool. It's fine.
I was gonna do something different.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna use the last of my power points.
Okay.
To use blast instead.
Okay. And you want to hit all of them?
Yes.
So that will hit Cletus and Amian, though.
Well,
unless you have something.
A small. I can spend 1 point to make it a small blast.
Okay, so just like to pinpoint somebody. Okay.
Yeah. So it hit like the 2 of them or whatever.
Okay. We'll say. Okay, sure. So spend your power points to try to pinpoint blast both of these guys. Not the one on the ground necessarily sleeping, but the shotgun guy and the guy with the machine gun.
Yeah. At least if we're going by the targets affected or whatever. If we just want to hit the one guy, that's fine too. But
it's fine. I'm cool with it.
It's all my power. It's going.
I've hurt you guys, so I feel good. I have no problem being nice now. I got Chuck on the ground, buried beneath a bunch of greasy Kramer Holt agents.
Oh, it's a nap. Okay, sorry. I manually took my PowerPoints off, and it was doing it for me.
Oh yeah, the sheet. Yeah, the sheet's got a lot of good automation. Just call it the roll because I'm not really looking most of the time.
There we go. Is a 9 raise?
Let's see. Well, it is a ranged attack, is it not?
It is.
Because it's a throw, so yes, it is.
That means it's 3d6 damage.
Okay. You might be able to take them both out if you do well enough here.
And I'll roll this. Not so well.
so you rolled a total of 9. 9 is their toughness, so that would shake them both, but it wouldn't wound any of them.
Dang.
Shaking's good. It's up.
Good, but not good enough.
Gives them a penalty.
Is that what you want to do, or are you going to re-roll? Sorry,
I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I only have 2 bennies, so.
Shaking on him, and shaking.
And I already spent them both.
The head of the pack. Okay. All right. So then it'll go to the guy that you just shook, and he will roll. I will roll a 1. I will burn a GM Benny to get his turn to unshake. And so he's got a shotgun. He's got 2 easy targets next to him. He's got Amian and he's got Cletus. Ah, boy. I mean, I think Cletus looks like the bigger threat, right? Like, I think that he looks like,
especially when I just like fired completely randomly with the shotgun.
Okay. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. So, seeing my voice just left me. What is going on?
It's just gone. It was there, and it was gone.
Sorry about that. All right. So, it's still kind of gone. What's going on? That's weird.
You got to stay hydrated in chat. If that's
I know.
What
I've heard
Noggin
that.
used them PowerPoints on.
Is that what it was?
Right.
There's like some weird.
Got rid of the
going
voice.
This is the power of moonshine. We had a question in chat of what is the magic of moonshine. This
I
is
enjoy
what
it.
is.
I enjoy me some
Takes
moonshine.
voice, Jeff, or takes Jeff's voice away.
So Cletus, you just got shot. You kind of stumble back. This guy kind of whirls on you as the explosion happens, and he will take a shot as well. This one is going to be a ranged attack, so it is just a 4 he needs. D8. And he got a 5, so that's a 5 to hit. So no raise, so he's just going to roll normal damage of the shotgun. Oh god, that's terrible. All right, that's better. 9 points. What's your toughness?
That meets.
Right on the dot. Okay. Are you currently shaken?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was wounded earlier, right?
You were, yeah. I think you were wounded. You had. Did you take 2 or 1 last time?
Took 2.
All right. So it meets. You take another one. You fall. Unless you have. Do you have any bennies left?
It's been no, because my Mothman one doesn't carry over.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll your vigor for the wound.
All
Did
right.
you fall. Oh boy, I got both of the Cletus boys. Good job, Steven.
There we go. Okay. There we go.
All right. So that's a failure. You are bleeding out.
Yep.
Louisa.
Got your work cut out for you.
All right.
Yep.
Oh
We
boy.
need that healing so bad.
You do. Busted. Strength reduced by a die type. That is a failure, so that's a permanent injury.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep,
gosh.
yep.
And you're bleeding out.
Healing's
Okay.
important in Suede.
It is indeed. Amian, you're on the ground. You just saw Mountain Man Cletus. Well, not Mountain Man, but he's a mountain of a man just fall. You're on the ground. You got a shotgun. You just fired. It went wide. Both like this. The guy that has this machine gun is bleeding something fierce, and you can see that Joe is nearby, kind of coming in. Doggins been hurling stuff. What do you want to do, Amy?
Firing the gun, I don't think is going to help, so I'm just going to try and bat the guy with the shotgun that just
All right.
fired.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, roll your fighting. All right. They have a parry of 6. So you would need. Do we have any more bonuses from the audience, Louisa? Okay.
Do you not?
Do you have any more? Do you want to do your Benny reroll thing, Amian? Your lucky or whatever it is? No, not lucky.
I don't know if I have any more bennies.
Oh boy.
I burned through them. This is the first time.
Ooh.
So you bash at him. You just smash against his leg, and it hits him, but not to the point like you're not getting a full bit of force behind it. All right, Double D, Louisa. Okay, you just saw Cletus fall. You see Double D, your two best fighters, like rough and tumble fighters, are now down. The guy does not look good, for sure. But you've got your two best people are on the ground. What do you want to do?
So would relief do anything for Cletus at the moment?
No, it's heal. You would need to do a heal. Relief is for fatigue, if I recall the names of spells correctly.
All right.
You would have to get up there.
I know.
And touch him.
Relief at least is like small range, so I could.
Come on, coward. I meant. Come on,
get
Louisa.
Rid of the effects of the wounds for a temporary period of time. Oh, fine. All right. I'm just gonna have to.
This is
I think
all.
Cletus is the easier one to get into.
Okay.
Than Double D.
Well, I mean, Double D is the easier one because there's not people standing around him with shotguns. However, Cletus is bleeding out, so that's the big difference. Like Double D is just underneath that big old pile of pancakes. Cletus, however, you can see his wounds are actively beginning to like sort of spoil the ground around. He's literally bleeding out in front of him.
Luis is going to just get in there, and I just gotta reach tip of your foot or whatever I can try to do to like get in there and come out with my life. So I rolled a 10 on my D10.
Sure you did.
For my faith.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice.
And I rolled a 1 on the next one. So
that's still a raise. Yeah, still a raise on the cast.
So raise removes 2 wounds.
He's no longer bleeding out.
Anything for my modifiers? No.
Okay. So Cletus, 2 wounds back. You're no longer bleeding. You open your eyes. There's Louisa. However,
ducks.
Louisa's hands kind of glowing as she reaches down, touches Cletus, calls upon the faith powers, and these fellows with guns turn and look eyes wide suddenly as they look down at Louisa. They're like, witch. Let's go to the next round.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm dead.
Well,
dead.
Got an ace on one of them. That is I think that's the sleeping guy, isn't it? Yeah, that's the sleeping guy. Okay. Sleeping guy goes first, gets the ace. What a waste. Cletus, you're up. Oh, dear. Oh, Trace, thank you so much for that. Oh, my goodness.
Well, man, I ain't gonna cotton to them doing nothing to Louisa. I'm just gonna charge up at that fella with that weird-looking gun. Gonna do a big old, cross arm against him.
All right.
Just clothesline him as hard as I can.
Go right ahead, man.
So
he's right next to you, so he's in range. You can stumble on up and stumble into him. No problem.
I'll basically ignore the negatives for called shot head.
Okay.
With gouger and go for the spot that's not armored.
Going right for his eyes.
Does a 7 hit him?
I think he's a 6 on parry. Yeah, 6 on parry. That's good. 7's good.
Okay, I like that.
He's got 2 wounds. I have 1 Benny left on him, though.
Son of a bitch.
I know. Oh, my God. 11 will clear his toughness. That will be a wound. I will spend the Benny to tempt a vigor test.
It's a very last-ditch effort, lunging.
Roll. Well, I rolled a 3. So go ahead and describe how you take this guy out.
He sees Louisa reaching down, healing him, and just shaking the cobwebs out of his head, hearing them call witch. He just lunges forward, expecting to get shot, and just puts his forearm up under this fella's chin, and just something cracks as he tackles him to the ground, and then he just kind of falls unconscious on top of the fella.
Yeah, eyes still wide, like looking at Louisa, like kind of stunned at them. Like someone would be so brazen as to just cast spells in front of these guys who are so kind of curious about this, and then and his face just stays in that kind of surprise as he falls. You fall right on top of him. Okay, Doggins, you're up.
Well, I don't actually have any weapons, so
You don't have any? You have there's always your fists. There's always your fists.
I know. I don't think
in Holler you don't get like the standard Savage Worlds like -2 penalty for damage and fist stuff like that.
Yeah,
there's just the one guy up right now too with a shotgun who's by himself now. Like he just saw Cletus leap up and break his boss's neck, and his boss just drops to the ground. He sees a pile of his other fellas over there.
There's no way it's a good idea, but you know what? If I gotta go there and punch him.
Okay.
Yes.
Do it. You go up. 4 is not enough. They do have a parry of 6.
Well, then I'm not gonna punch him.
All right.
I don't have any way to help that.
It does have rate of fire 3. Yeah. I will keep that in my pocket for later. I always forget rate of fire. I'm the worst at rules. Okay, yeah, I could have been a lot worse.
But now that I'm there, maybe I can pick up a gun and shoot him with it.
Sure. We'll say, I mean, there is a shotgun on the ground. There's
I figure that's like a next turn thing.
Yeah, there's the... Let's see.
If I live that long, I'm going to get blasted here instead.
3. Trying to see if this got a reload cost. Okay, yeah. So there's a no. Amian, you have the shotgun because you were smashing around with the shotgun. So there is the actual Tommy Deadman.
Yeah, I'm using it as a club.
Okay. All right. So this guy is now dead. We'll say he's down. Oh goodness. And then it'll go to the shotgun fella, who was shaken. And
double ones.
He rolled a critical fail to try to unshake.
My gosh.
So covered my own ass.
He is currently immensely stunned by the fact that his boss just got his neck broken right in front of him. Amian, you're rolling around on the ground. You got a shotgun in your hand.
I stood up.
Oh, you stood up? Okay, you stood up.
I tried to hit him with it.
Okay, you stood up. You got a shotgun in your hand. Probably needs to be reloaded.
Is it easier to hit him when he's shaken like that?
I think it doesn't affect his parry now.
Okay, I'm gonna try and crack him again with the barrel.
Okay. I will say though, at this point, Doggins there. Cletus fell, but Luis is there. So
I should gang up.
Yeah, so take a gang up +2. We'll say, because there's 3. Yeah, there's 3 kind of ganging up. Dejisha, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. We're playing some Savage Worlds. We're playing Holler. Appalachian
Playing
Apocalypse.
Complications.
Dinner and a game raid. Nice. Very nice.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. Okay, even with the pluses?
Yeah, I have 2. I have a -2 for wounds.
Okay. Louisa comes to you.
Okay. Looks like Tracy clarified that maybe we can get some bonuses for that, but then also maybe rate of fire comes into play.
Yeah. That's my bad for just being bad with rules. But no, I mean if they're for the players, they're for the players. Like I said, I feel pretty happy about what's happened tonight.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I've done pretty well. It hasn't been outrageous, but I think I've done pretty well. So I'm okay.
So at this
sleep
point,
just fine.
At this point, I have outed myself as a magic user. So I'll just go do it again and see if I can get double the up. So I've got my healing and regular dice. And
are you before you cast? Are you healing somebody here? Cletus has got the 1 wound. He fell on top of the guy. Amian has got 2 wounds. You can see he's bleeding. Doggett seems completely fine. There's still double D over probably within your pace. That's still kind of piled up on top of.
You're right. Since Amian is bleeding, then this will be on Amian.
Okay, so you reach out.
And that is
touch Amian.
5.
Okay, so that's regular pass. So you should get 1 wound. 1 wound back, I should say.
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay. And Joe, you've seen now Cletus take 1 guy out. There's now just 1 dude left. And you can tell he is like hands shaking. Just saw his boss get taken down. Sees this woman casting spells in front of him like some kind of crazy witch woman.
So this whole time, Joe's been shooting and just walking forward. And again, just blank expression on his face. He just pulls the gun up, walks forward, and shoots him.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll your attack.
I've got the vengeful.
That's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. You know what? Take a Betty. You calling out your traits. Excellent. That's what that's for.
Oh well, I'm going to use that Benny.
Immediately use that Benny. I just gave you.
Why not? Why not?
Oh, no.
Well. That's why not. No.
That
All
is
right.
the answer to that question.
Can you do worse when you spend a Benny?
Yeah, I think you have to take the critical failure if it pops up.
Okay.
So
that gun is gone.
Yeah, that gun explodes in your hand. I'm gonna say the gun explodes in your hand. It's busted. And you see, like you let it go just in time before it takes off your fingers.
May I? So, like, yeah, that happens, and then just like without a pause, he just reaches back, pulls out the shotgun, and just keeps walking forward.
It's crazy. It's like Rambo or something. Oh man, it's like Wyatt Earp, where he's just like crossing the river, and he's just continuing to go and go and go. All right, next round. Still just the 1 guy left. It is Amian's turn, and you got a Joker. So Benny's for all, right? I think it's a +1 Benny for everybody. Ooh. Then you get +2 on your attacks and damage, if I recall correctly.
Wow.
Go ahead, Amian. What do you want to
do?
I'm
going to try again to hit him. Actually, I get +2, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, +2, +2 from the Joker, yeah.
Okay, and then still +2 from gain up?
You're already up though, right? Okay. Oh, gang up. Sorry. Yeah, gang up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. And then I got a wound healed. I'm gonna try and fire the gun
now. Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. So that's gonna be a shooting test though. You said you didn't have shooting, so like you're gonna roll in skill. A 7's still good. Okay. So you need to roll damage on that. So you got the peasant pumper, right?
Yes.
And you're close. You're pretty close to him. So
yeah,
3d6.
Like point blank. I've been physically hitting him with the gun. So.
If you're point blank, the 7 even eclipses his 6 parries. That's still a hit, even if he's point blank. So roll 3d6. This is probably enough. Oh goodness, changeling, huh?
And is it +2? You said because of the
+2
Joker?
from the Joker.
Usually the system will put
I
that
think
in.
Yeah,
I think
it's in there.
It adds in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's even on your attack.
Okay, 9 points of damage is exactly enough to wound this guy. His toughness is 9. He is already shaken. So Joe's gun explodes. He pulls out the shotgun, but before he gets a chance to fire, Amian flips the shotgun around after he was bashing with the butt of it, flips it around, and just fires point blank. No way you can miss from point blank. And the guy just slow motion flies back, just slams down onto the ground. Big old wound in his side. You all look around. You take a beat. There are now 4 dead. No, I was right the first time. 3 dead Kramer Holt agents, including some sort of captain or lieutenant, something. And then there are 3 unconscious Kramer Holt agents around, put to sleep by the strange moonshinery of Doggant. You look around, most of the townsfolk, the vigil people, have scattered. A couple are still lingering here and there, hiding, but a lot of them have scattered. What do you all want to do?
Maybe we loot them?
I raise the gun, like, with both my hands, and I scream again, Revolution!
I mean, if we're going to go get that shit, let's get it now before they call more people.
Let's tie up the 3 that are asleep. Maybe we can send them into the town and let them have some fun with them.
Okay.
Well, Joe is just going to start picking up ammo and guns.
But but we need to pick up ammo and guns.
There are... Okay, so there's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 shotguns, 4 more peasant pumpers, 1 Tommy Deadman, and then all of them have those attitude adjuster sticks. So there's 6 of those clubs.
All right, I'll definitely take an attitude adjuster.
Okay.
And then I'm definitely interested in some guns.
4 shots.
I want to hang on to this shotgun.
Okay, yeah. It's a peasant pumper. It's in the system if you want to add it. And there's 1 Tommy Deadman, and I think there's 16 shots for the Tommy Deadman left. Okay, those are
snores loudly.
Yeah, and so you guys hear snoring coming from the bottom of the pancakes, and you see Bleedus coming back, and he's just like headbutting the bodies.
Did good work, Bleedus.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Chuck. You've not done anything.
Hey,
I feel really
I
bad,
made my bed. I am
sorry,
not mad
buddy.
about any of this.
I wish I had something to get you up with, but I don't.
Speaking of which, Louisa, do you do something to help him?
Yeah, I do. I will. I'm assuming this is healing, right? Because it's wounds.
It is wounds. That's correct.
All right. So let's see how I do on that roll.
Mm-hmm. He's got 3 wounds.
That's a 4.
That's a pass. That'll at least get him up. That's 1 wound removed.
Let's see what I can do. Well, I didn't declare it ahead of time, so I can't pull any of the extra bonuses. So
Okay.
We will call it there. Me and my 1 remaining PowerPoint.
Double T, you sputter back to consciousness. You see Luis's face staring down at you. Your face is currently being licked by Bleedus, which is covered in something. You think he got into a snake. He must have got into a snake.
Oh, God. Ah!
You look over, you see there's bodies everywhere. All of the folks from Vigil have scattered. Like their tents, their little, like the little things that they made sort of to honor those that might be lost or dead. You see Cletus is covered in blood. And you see a bunch of other folks aren't looking great either. What do you guys want to do?
We definitely need to tie these other ones up and get them.
Skedaddle.
Okay.
Exactly. We still have a limited amount of time to get over to that equipment.
I bet they don't have many more folks. We just get stuff and go.
It's probably less guarded, except, maybe not.
Now, you guys do still see Starla, the woman who is in that romantic relationship with Justin Taylor ahead of the Mighty Fist Union there. You do still see her, and she is now kind of slowly coming out. A couple other folks are kind of slowly coming out from, like, where they were hiding, kind of keeping covers, gunshots flying, and she's kind of coming out, like, mouth agape, eyes wide. There's bodies all over. Folks just shot down a bunch of these Kramer Holt. These guys have a fearsome reputation, and you just like shot them down right in front of everybody.
Louisa will go over to her and just
y'all should fight for your community. Just saying.
Do apologize. That got out of hand. Might quick.
That main guy that whacked my ear, does he have like a badge or like a hat or anything?
Yeah, so we're in our version. They have these tiny little Kramer Holt badges, like we established with Double D that he couldn't read. It's like a detective's shield, like a really crude looking one.
Okay,
something from the
I want
city.
to take that. And he does.
Okay.
Does he have like a hat or any other like distinguishing clothing item?
Let's see. They have bulletproof vests, and they do have Kramer Holt detective coats. Excuse me. No, I don't see any hats. So the coats would they cover torso and arms, and they would apply one armor. Also very recognizable too from a distance. So there's that to consider as well. But they all have them, so that would be like 6 of them.
What is the inside color of them? Is it the same on the inside?
So we'll say the outside is kind of this sort of tattered brown color, and then the inside is probably a little lighter version of it, like a lighter inseam.
We should probably all take bulletproof vests. There's one for each of us.
I ain't argued that.
Okay.
Please, how you do?
I mean, I like the idea of it, but I gotta tell you, like, if we're going into some place where we're being looked at, but man, they're gonna spot that shit real quick and easy. Real quick and easy. Like if we're in the deep woods or we're going down them mines, we expect something bad. That's one thing, but man, don't walk around town in those. That's just asking for more bullets, and I don't want more bullets right now. Okay, I'm woozy.
Starla, I do recognize that we've made a bit of an issue here for y'all, but would it be imposing
she's
too
like,
much
hell yeah, finally someone took it to them. Hell yeah, y'all. She's like all very excited, like, hell yeah. Man, Justin's going to love hearing this.
Would you mind spreading the word and maybe you all taking care of these 3 so that we can go about the business of that stealing?
You hear the low voice of Bastion Bach come up, and he's like, don't worry, we can help you all out. We'll find a hiding place. You see a couple other folks coming out too, like the preacher fella that you were speaking with last time. And Starla's like, I mean, I'll just take you up right now. Now's as good a time as any. They could patch you up there too. They got some supplies, and they know better than anyone how the best, weakest parts get into that yard. They've been playing something as well. Join forces. I mean, after what y'all done here, man, yeah, I think he would. My boy would definitely want to help y'all out.
There we go.
All right, but mighty appreciative of that.
Okay.
I might need to.
Joe's slitting throats to make sure they're dead.
Okay, so you're just killing the rest of them. Okay, all right, man. Holy
wait,
crap.
the ones that were tied up.
Even
including the tied up ones.
Don't need to tie him up anymore. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Okay.
A little rough, but I think I agree with that. I mean, less wouldn't it's better.
Probably gonna go throw up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that was rough for Amian, but you were a maniac. You were like getting up in there, tackling them. Damn, man, it's a lot of fun. All right, so we're nearing the end. So what we'll say is, Bastion and the preacher fella, some of these other locals around here, after seeing what you all did here, will try to do you a solid and get rid of the bodies as best they can. Meanwhile, Starla will like just eyes wide, big old creepy looking smile on her face at this point, asking all questions, like really kind of getting up and like Cletus, what was it like to just feel the man's neck just crack in your hands? Was it empowering?
I mean, yeah, it was kind of like good for me and bad for him. Like it was a nice little bounce there.
See, she starts like shadow mimicking cracking someone's neck. Like, yeah, just do you grab it just like a particular way and like?
I get it. Like I try to get the throat between my thighs and I squeeze my cheeks.
Oh, okay.
Now you may not notice. You can work on your cheeks just while you're sitting. I clench them, just repeatedly while I'm sitting.
You clench it.
I do. I'm constantly clenching.
Okay.
Got me some powerful glutes.
All right. And all this is kind of happening as this walk, as you're kind of about an hour outside, like kind of up the mountain a little further. You find this kind of, it's almost like a mountain goat path. It just kind of weaves around, and eventually it kind of opens up onto this small kind of platform. You You can see this rickety old cabin, kind of built back against the dark rock of the mountain. You can see there's a couple trees that are kind of obscuring it. And she's like, all right, well, y'all better come inside. I want to introduce you to some folk. And we'll end on that, as you guys are right there ready to meet them. And damn.
Oh, boy.
That was crazy. Oh, I did forget Rate of Fire. Oh, I could have.
That could have been significantly worse.
It could have.
That would have been awful.
Well, it does make it harder to hit when you do machine gun fire, but I mean, if you can make 3 shots.
Yeah. Yep. All right. That was all of that because Steven just felt like hurting you all tonight.
Thank you, Steven.
Just looked at y'all and was like, I want them to feel pain.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great way to stretch out your prep.
Yeah. This is great. Like,
True.
I'm good to go for next time, too. I have the rest of the chapter or the act all ready to go, so I'm good to go. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right. Why don't we do some closing roundtable here, figure out where everyone's at this week. And Chuck, tell us about the Defenders.
Oh, snap. Defenders of Cobalt. Wednesday, we're going to be doing Thunder Rift. Using Fantasy Age system. Friday, Dungeon Crawl Classics, our Dead Sun campaign. Saturday, got a double header. 1 p.m. over on Grim and Perilous Plays. We'll be doing some Fallout 2D20. And Saturday night would usually be our Goodman games, but they got a special event going on, so they booted us for the night. So I'm going to be running some old essentials that night.
Oh, very cool.
Defenders. Yeah.
They booted you, though?
They did. They're like, Chuck, we accidentally double booked Saturday, October the 1st. Can you reschedule your game? And I'm like, sure, why not?
Wow. That's very...
You sure it wasn't? We got some complaints.
No, they confirmed that we were... No, they asked, like, do you want to go the next Saturday or just wait till your next scheduled session? Like, let's wait for our next scheduled session. So they're letting
if you
us
guys
come
want
back.
to do the next Saturday, that's totally cool there, Chuck.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
See what I'm doing?
I see what you're doing. Garblag night, right?
I'm totally a Garblag that night. That's totally why. All right. Let's see. Jeremy, tell us about this Patreon.
Yeah, everybody's on Patreon. You get comics, you get maps and tokens and RPG assets. It's great. Check it out.
Yeah, very cool. Let's see. Next up, Bert, what's going on with Steam Steal and Murder?
Hey, we got Dicey Tales version 2 going on tomorrow night with the creator. Jeff is going to be on the stream. The Kickstarter should start off in October, beginning of the month, I believe. So that should be fun. It's a pulp adventure game. We are doing BX Dungeons and Dragons, classic Dungeons and Dragons on Friday. So no Goodman games this Saturday. So that's it for us.
All right, very cool, very cool. As for us here tomorrow night, the infamous Steven, who nearly killed the party tonight, he is running a game for us called Haunted West. It's a Weird West game, and you can catch myself in that and a few other folks tomorrow, usual time, 9 Central. Then on Friday, we are back to Mothership, continuing our Gradient Descent campaign. And if it makes you all feel better, I did kill Steven in that. So, there's that.
It does.
I've
That
already
helps.
threatened
That
the
helps.
introduction of his new character as a
yeah,
result of tonight's events.
He put a lot of work into his new character, and I'm totally cool with killing him right off the bat. So you just let me know. And then Saturday, we're doing our usual One Ring 2nd edition. And then next Monday, week from today, we're back to Deadlands as we alternate between Holler and Deadlands every Monday. You can see a lot of the same faces from this game and that one as well. Thank you to everyone who hung out tonight. Thank you, Tracy, for hanging out with us all night. Thank you for the raid from Dag Show. We really do appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and pay it forward. We're going to raid our friends over at Diesel Shot, who are playing some Dungeons and Dragons. So when the raid is going to warm up now, we're going to drop it on the end screen. Click the raid button, say hi, follow a new channel, and have a good rest of your week. So, bye-bye.